We have been seduced by the myth of global scale. We were told that the internet has flattened the world and that geography is a relic and that your competition was and is now everyone, everywhere, all at once. But I think there's a trap in the infinite. When you compete for global attention, you are entering a perfectly competitive zero-sum game against 8 billion people and an infinite number of synthetic minds online. In the global arena, I think you are a commodity, a line of code in someone else's database. Today and the tomorrow that we're heading towards, especially with the tension across the world geopolitically, does not belong to the global generalist. I think it belongs to the master of the local minimum, and I will explain. I think the moat is in the context specifically. And think about it this way. In mathematics, what you call a local minimum is the lowest point in a specific neighborhood. In strategy, it is the realization that the dominance is a function of proximity. And while the West is obsessed with the general intelligence models, which they are great at, and which is designed to solve any problem for anyone, they are indirectly creating a product that is mostly right, but locally useless. And we have seen that as this thing starts to play too. A large language model can draft a contract, but it cannot navigate the informal protocols of a Lagos land registry. And I'm even making jokes about the Onile drama, that kind of local community drama. It can simulate a conversation, but it cannot read the room in a Balogun market where you have to argue price, and where the real price is never the first one mentioned. It can optimize a supply chain on a map, but it has no answer for a fuel scarcity on a random Tuesday because somebody pissed off a bureaucrat in the union. You see, the specific unwritten social contracts that keeps a city like Lagos moving when the formal systems fail. Lagos streets where the chaotic flow of life itself forms a complex organic pattern that defies digital capture. And I will know, I've tried capturing that flux for 10 years. And in fact, I own one of the largest data sets of images on Lagos in the world. So what I'm trying to say is that for the global South creator, the local minimum, or aka local champion, is your greatest advantage. And I will explain. You live in the friction zone already, a place where the easy solutions of the West hit a brick wall of reality. This friction is what I think is your moat. Global platforms are built on low context data, likes, clicks, star ratings, etc. But in the global South, businesses are built on very high context data. Trust is based on, reputation and somebody vouching for you and your physical presence. So now context data rules. Because an AI can mimic your voice, but it cannot mimic your history within a community. They have to know you. So while a creator in London might build a brand on vibe, in that sense, a creator in Lagos must build a brand on utility. So, whether you're building cultural infrastructure like what we're doing at Malokun Labs, or you're building gig marketplaces like what we're doing with Getogen 2K, you are solving problems that are too messy for the global algorithm to care about, but too vital for a local community to ignore. You get the maths? So I believe that you should try and scale through depth, not through breadth. The irony of the local minimum is that once you master a specific high friction geography, you become the node that the global players must pass through. If you own the ground truth of your neighborhood, you are not competing with the world. The world is competing for access to you. And I mean this across at least 2 different careers now. I've seen it play out. You stop being a worker in the global economy and you start being the librarian of the local reality wherever you are. So when a global company wants to enter your market, they don't need an API. Well, maybe they do need an API. And you are now the partner who knows the streets, who knows how that economy breathes, who knows how the regulatory systems operate. They need someone whose intelligence is grounded in the minimum, the irreducible reality of the place that they stand. Ground truth, ground the signal. The digital world is a high frequency space, no doubt, but it is fast, it is shallow, and it is becoming very noisy. The physical world of the global south is low frequency. Think about it. It is slow, it is deep, and it is heavy. So in the future, sovereignty will not be found in the low frequency space. It will be found in the things that do not scale. So stop trying to be everywhere. Build something that is undeniable somewhere. And in the age of infinite cloud, the ultimate power is in having your feet firmly in the dust somewhere. That's what I think. I wonder what you think.